It is halftime, and obviously we are recording this in advance. Coach is very busy about these moments of a game, so we're not sitting down and chatting live, doing it via a recording. Barrett, Trotter, how you doing?
Doing good.
Coach, you are 15 roughly games into your career there at Bayside Academy. Let's go back and kind of assess. Are you 15 games where you want to be? What is the assessment of Barrett Trotter after 15 games?
I think when I look back to when I first got here to where we are now, we have come a long, long way. Our players, coaches, everybody have done a great job buying into new systems, offensively, defensively, special teams, etc. And am I happy with where we are? Absolutely. Is it the final destination? Absolutely not.
You utilize technology probably more than any coach I've run into. That technology, how has it changed? Or has it changed your aspect of coaching the game? You grew up in a different era than I, so you were around this form of technology throughout the course of your playing and coaching career. But has what kind of impact has it had on your coaching?
We obviously, film's been around for a long time. Even when I was in school, we would watch film. I don't think it was as readily available, obviously, as we have it now, where it's downloaded online. Guys can watch film, throughout the week. They can watch the game. We can make all of our correction notes on Saturday from a Friday night game. They have all their corrections normally by Saturday or Sunday, so they can go through and see all the corrections that we've made before we even watch the tape with them. So then when we actually get to watch it with them, we can still clear up any issues, or if they got a question and just hit it one more time. That allows us to just try to correct all those mistakes or details or coaching points that we would have. And then obviously we have our playbook is all online. Anytime there's a bust out at practice or guys don't know what they're doing or they're confused, I will constantly remind them, hey, do you know where that information is? And I'll say it's in the playbook, and the playbook is online, and you have access to it all the time. So whenever they don't know what they're doing at practice or in a game, I usually get pretty frustrated because that information is so readily available for them, which isn't the case for every high school football program. But they have access to it, so they really have no excuse for not knowing what they're supposed to do on any given play.
What about that almost instantaneous ability, though, to coach via technology? Because I know you use the technology during the course of the game as well. So, to me, that's key. I mean, you can immediately start addressing problems.
Oh, it's really, really big for us. I mean, offensively, certainly. I'm going to look at the iPad as soon as every series is over, try to figure out what the defense is doing, where we might have made a mistake, and get those corrections made. Between drives. Also gaining information on how they're trying to stop us, how they're trying to defend us, etc. All that stuff is invaluable, especially when I'm not in the box. So not being in the box, you just don't quite see it as clear from down on the field. So having that iPad kind of makes it where it's the best of both worlds, where you feel like you're in the box between drives because you get to see that view and that shot. Each play is really key.
Technology, though, is going to break down at some point. Is there almost this sense of anxiety if it does break down and you're not able to do what you typically do in evaluating a play?
I think it helps us, but at the same time, we're playing football. Our kids are coached up. We've got a game plan going into each week. So if it wasn't working, it certainly wouldn't be the end of the world. Do I feel like it just gives us a little better handle on confirming what we already think going into the game? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's not a life or death thing.
Let's talk about the season. The region may be as tough this year as it has been in a number of years. You've got a TR Miller ranked number one in the state. You've got a Hillcrest Evergreen. It is a tough region this year. And Flomaton, heck, beat by Excel. That was kind of a surprise early in the season. So assess region play, the region in itself, and your view of where Bayside needs to be in the region?
Well, I don't get too caught up right now on where we stand or where anybody else stands. We just really take it week by week, and that's going to help keep us focused and ready. And it's a new region for me. I know some of our coaches and players have been here long enough to play some of these teams. So for me, I kind of come in with fresh eyes each week and see the team for who they are, not who they have been in the past or who they were a handful of years ago when Bayside might have played them. So I kind of get the luxury of coming in with fresh eyes and seeing each opponent for who they are week to week. Ultimately, as long as we win the games, every game we play, it won't really matter where anybody's ranked. That's our goal. That's our plan.
The personnel this year, let's start at quarterback. Bo Miller, a sophomore. At what point, because we know Sammy Dunn was there last year as an underclassman, at what point did you know that you were going to need a new quarterback, and when did Bo Miller become your guy?
Yeah, early in the summer. Bo kind of started the summer and slated into that spot, obviously, and has really stepped up and done a great job, just progressed a ton throughout the summer, prepared a whole heck of a lot, and knows the offense really well. So I'm really, really proud of him for that, doing a great job running and throwing, and really just being out there as the field general, getting those guys lined up and ready to go each play.
How big of a setback was it when Brennan Yamani went down with the injury? He's big offensively, big defensively as well. And when do you anticipate getting him back? And when you get him back, do you think he is in mid-season form?
Yeah, obviously it was the week of the St. Michael's game. He ended up hurting his ankle, foot, and we absolutely hate it for him, hate it for our team, because I know he's a great football player, and I know we're going to be really, really excited to get him back whenever that is. I know he's progressing well. He just recently went to the doctor again, got him out of the boot, out off his crutches. So hopefully he'll start moving around, and I'm sure there's going to be shaking some rust off when you're starting back midseason and you haven't been practicing, haven't been training like you have been all prepared all summer for that moment to finally get in. So he'll have a little bit of a learning curve, just getting back in the routine, getting back in great shape. But at the same time, I've got confidence that when he does return, he's going to be locked in, ready to go.
Well, we're talking about the health of players. Is there anyone else that is banged up at the moment you expect to get back later? What is the health overall of Bayside?
Yeah, right now we're healthy. Sure, we're going to have some guys nicked up, banged up a little bit at this point, but everybody's healthy. Everybody's playing. Everybody will be ready to go for Friday night.
I mentioned at the outset of the conversation that we are recording this in advance. It is halftime. So at the half, what is Barrett Trotter doing?
Normally we meet with the coaches and just kind of assess what happened first half, what we might need to change or do different, what we might be doing well. Hey, let's keep hammering on that, and coming up with a plan if we need to change or do anything different, meeting with our players right after that, after we meet as a staff, and just any of those coaching points, any of those things we need to hammer home, anything that maybe we need to do different or tweak or change, or new plays we might want to run in the second half based on the looks we're getting if they're totally different than maybe what we planned for. Just coaching those guys up in those moments that we have down there as a full group together.
Halfway through the season, what has been the most pleasant surprise where Bayside is concerned? And we got to flip that over, and maybe what you're most disappointed in over the first half of the year.
Oh man, most pleasant surprise. Most pleasant surprise. I would say most pleasant surprise is probably Bo Hammock. Guy's playing center for us right now, snapping with his non-dominant hand, snapping left-handed for a right-handed guy because he broke his fingers on his right hand and just started snapping with his left. So it's been really impressive that he can do what he's been doing. I've never heard of anybody doing that on the offensive line. So really, really pleasantly surprised by that point. And what was the other question?
The most disappointing aspect of the first half.
I mean, I know we're a better team than we were week one when we played St. Michael's. So not being able to go back and make some corrections and feel like we really gave that game what we had to offer is probably my biggest disappointment right now. But how we've responded each week following that has been really good.
I want to go back to the center. You mentioned this now snapping with the non-dominant hand. If the right hand heals or when it heals, does he go back to the right? I mean, how does that work?
Hey, so far he's doing a good job with the left. So I would say, hey, even if the right one heals up, I'd probably keep snapping with the one you've been snapping with.
Isn't that unusual? I mean, I can't say that I've ever
I've
heard
never
or even
heard of
seen
it.
that addressed.
I've never heard of anybody doing it. Neither is our O-line coach, but Bo he's setting a new standard for all centers out there.
Coach, great year. You're 3-1 coming in against Flomaton. Got Flomaton at the half in this one. Big part of the season still ahead. Congratulations and good luck tonight against the Hurricanes and for the remainder of the year in region play.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you.